Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have a tornado warning that has been issued for Monroe County, Arkansas. I was not expecting this. I was off watching a storm moving through Kentucky currently, but this is a tornado warning that has been issued for Monroe County, just south of Clarendon. One moment here. I'm trying to quickly jump into this. I was not expecting this. Let me go on ahead and get some street names here. So it's going to be coming up onto Highway 6, Arkansas Highway 6. And that's going to be just south of Clarendon, north of Holly Grove. Holly Grove is included in this on the southern end of the storm. So if you know anybody in that area, go on and give them a call and get them taking shelter here. And so again, this is going to be from Monroe County. This warning goes until, well, it goes for 28 more minutes. So it goes until 11:15. I'm going to be trying to get us some camera views of it. And again, I was not expecting this storm to go tornado warned, so everything is not set up how it typically is on my computer. Where's this? This is going to be Monroe County. Let me go on ahead and get the circle on here. Get this tool pulled up. And it's going to be for this area, right in here. It's going to be just south of Clarendon, moving to the northeast up towards Morrow. Morrow is not included in this warning. However, you do need to monitor it if you are in that area. And again, this is going to be off on the out towards the Delta, east of Little Rock, south of I-40, headed up towards Morrow, Marietta. Again, this is headed up towards Arkansas Highway 86, south of US 79. And again, okay, don't know why that popped over there. Again, this is going until 11:15. So this is that area of rotation that they have highlighted, and it is moving off in this direction, off to the northeast. It is moving at one moment, moving at 40 miles an hour. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get a track going on it in just one moment. I'm having to open every software that I need open because, again, I was not expecting this to go tornado warned. There might be two areas of rotation that I'm kind of starting to see here. However, it is not as pronounced the southern one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get a storm track on this if it's moving at 40 miles an hour. So Park Grove at 11 o'clock, it's going to be moving very close to Clarendon. On the people on the south end of Clarendon, you need to be taking shelter. If you know anybody there, give them a call. Make sure they are aware of this. And it's also going to be moving up towards Morrow at 11:22. Morrow is not included in this warning. However, they do need to monitor it because they are downwind of it. Monroe, it will be near there at around 11:10, so about 20 more minutes until that gets there. And again, this is moving off at 40 miles an hour to the northeast. So if you know anybody in Monroe County, go on ahead and give them a call. Make sure they are aware of this. And again, it is moving off to the northeast. So if you know anybody in Lee County, give them a call. Make sure they are aware of it. I believe that's Lee County. Yeah, that is Lee County. So if you know anybody in Lee County, give them a call. Make sure they're aware of it also. They're not aware of this probably because they aren't included in the warning yet. And I'm going to go ahead and recircle this now that we have the update. Go ahead and circle that. And again, it's headed up towards US 79. So if you know anybody traveling along 79 between Monroe and Clarendon, give them a call. Make sure they are aware. Trying to check Twitter here. Get iDrive pulled up. They have trimmed it, so they are going to be reissuing it for the southern one, or well, trimming it down to focus on the southern area of rotation instead of the northern one. So this is where that area is going to be, and that's going to put it more towards on a course towards Mariana proper instead of up towards Morrow. So if you know anybody over there, give them a call. Make sure they are.
New information. This tornado warning has been updated.
I just wanted to quickly take a look back at other parts of the state, make sure we're not missing anything. This tornado warning out here goes until 2 a.m. They will probably be dropping that before we get to that point. I expect them to drop it at least before we get to that point. They have already dropped a significant portion of the warning, so pretty much all of this area was included in that warning until 2 a.m. They've already gone ahead and dropped, or that watch, they've already gone ahead and dropped those counties, and I expect them to do the same with these other counties out west once this warning goes away. So I'm going to go back in here, take a look at it on velocity, and we can see that it's going to be moving just north of Holly Grove. So anyone along Arkansas Highway 17 out to Arkansas Highway 366 over to US 49 in Monroe County. That's where this tornado is and where it's headed. Or where this tornado warned storm is, rather. We cannot confirm that there's a tornado on the ground at this moment. However, we do have the radar, which is telling us that there is rotation in the air. I'm going to take a look at hail here because I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a large amount of hail with this. And yeah, there is a significant amount of hail. In fact, they just updated the severe thunderstorm warning that is accompanying this tornado warning. That severe thunderstorm warning goes for another 22 minutes, and they have it as a considerable severe thunderstorm because the hail size is up to 1.5 inches, as well as 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So that 1.5 inch hail, that's walnut sized. That can do some damage. Add in the 70-mile-an-hour wind. So even if there isn't a tornado, it's still a good idea to get to a interior room, lowest floor. Those of you that are in the tornado warning, so Holly Grove and areas east of it over towards US 49, you need to be in your lowest. You need to be on the lowest floor, most interior room with shoes on your feet. Well, something beeped. I'm not sure. Oh.
New information. This severe considerable destructive thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Trying to see what that update was. $10:53. They say it remains in effect until 2 a.m. for all of them still. I'm not seeing the as pronounced area of rotation as we were seeing earlier. So this tornado warning could be going away here soon. It's set to expire in 20 minutes. Let's hope that they can go ahead and cancel it before we get to that point. Looking in here, though, that area of rotation, the remnants of it would be just north of Holly Grove, near Arkansas Highway 17 and Arkansas 86, and it just updated, so it'd be near the intersection of Arkansas Highway 86 and Arkansas 366, right in this area. You can see that is definitely not as pronounced as it was earlier. I still want to keep an eye on this area just north of the storm, though. Although that is on the back end of the storm, I still want to keep an eye on it just because it's kind of showing there is trying to rotate a bit. And this is untapped air out here. We've not had any tornadoes out in this area. We did have a tornado warning through here, and I believe there might have also been a tornado this morning in Mississippi County. However, that has not been confirmed yet. But again, today we've not had any major storms other than the storm that went through Clay County up towards Corning. And I don't want to forget any of these other storms, although none of these seem to be of major concern. And so that radar last scan came out about 4 minutes ago, or about 2 minutes ago. So we should be about a minute and a half to 2 minutes away from the next radar update. There is an update to something that is a new special weather statement for this cell that has popped up over Rockport and Malvern. That's moving off to the southeast towards Sheridan. That's just a special weather statement. They have trimmed this one. They have updated this to trim it down over Pine Bluff. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, take a look. I'm not seeing it as any destructive or considerable or anything like that. So the only considerable storm is this one for Arkansas, Monroe, and Prairie counties. And I just saw that they have, in fact, canceled that tornado warning. So we will see that be popping up on the screen here in a moment. That radar indicated tornado warning has been canceled. So we currently have no tornado warnings in the state. I will quickly just take a look, just in case anyone is interested. I will take a look over here to this Kentucky storm that I was watching beforehand. It's going to be this that just crossed through London, Kentucky, and it's right in here. When it was going through there, it had quite the debris ball on it. Again, there very well could be having that with it. And they have a particularly dangerous situation going on out there. So not a good situation in Kentucky tonight.
New information, this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Not a good situation going on out there. And they've issued a new severe thunderstorm warning that is...
warning, a new special event has been
for
reported.
Still that walnut-sized hail and now 60-mile-an-hour wind. So that is not a destructive or a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to wait a few more minutes. We're going to see what this storm here does, and then we'll go ahead and
a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
After a few minutes. We might just go ahead and watch this as it crosses the Mississippi because of its history now. But again, I'm not seeing anything pressing on this storm as of current. So, yeah, folks outside of the Delta, if you're in the northern part of Arkansas, you're good for the night. If you're out west, you're mostly good for the night, with the exception of possible cells that could try and pop up through here. There's another storm trying to pop in here, and this one just recently popped up. But folks in northern Arkansas, you should be fine if you're not in the Delta. And yeah, they've, like I said, they've gone on ahead and canceled that storm. I'm going to just put a track on this, see how fast it's moving, where it's moving to, and how long we're going to stay with it, trying to make that call. One moment. All right, yeah, it'll be out towards Marvell at about 118, so we'll probably stay with it until it hits the county line in here. So probably another 10 more minutes just to see if it does do anything, and if it does, then we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll stay with it for probably 10 more minutes. Not currently tornado warned. I don't believe there was ever a tornado on the ground with this, so there's no cause for concern really with this storm anymore. Okay, I'm going to pull the 4 pane up just so I can look at a lot of data at once. And so they have just updated this storm over here. They're trimming it down a bit more. It is still tagged as a considerable storm, and that will go until, well, until 11:15. My apologies. My eyes weren't working.
New information, this severe considerable destructive thunderstorm warning has been updated.
So that rather that just popped up was them speaking about this one for Holly Grove. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it there as there's not currently a tornado warning anywhere, and I'm not seeing a storm that is likely to produce one. However, if a tornado warning does get issued, then we'll jump back on here and go from there. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and y'all have a good night.